Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound, and while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So if you cannot hear the sound, so just be silent and let your body to settle down. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we are trying to share some basic informations related to meditation. And when we come to meditation, it is about bhavana. So, the bhavana, very literal meaning is development of the mind. So that whatever the information we share here, it's you have to practice and you have to experience. Through that experience, through that development, you are capable to gain the wisdom. Just by listening, it's not going to enough. So that's why every day try to practice yourself a minute. It is very necessary. So when it comes to bhavana, there are two kind of bhavana. There are two kind of meditation techniques we talk here. So one is tranquility meditation and other one is the Vipassana meditation. So tranquility meditation we call the Samatha bhavana. So when it comes to Samatha bhavana, the very purpose is bringing the awareness and developing the consciousness and having undisturbed mind. So there is a kind of like a concentration. There is a tranquility state already in your mind. So remember that. There is already tranquility state in your mind. Otherwise, that how we going to experience this anything? So only thing is that tranquility state sometimes get disturbed and maybe we are not aware about it, and it is not a kind of like a very sustainable to maintain for a while. It's drop itself, and sometimes that concentration or that awareness is not balanced. So try to be very clear about it. You already have some kind of tranquility state in your mind as an ordinary person in this ordinary level. But that is not balance. So that's why when it comes to, if we go back to the very meaning of the word bhavana, development of the mind. So then what you're going to develop this nature of tranquility state. Concentration towards this one-pointedness. So when it comes to that, there are two kind of ways that you can practice this. So the one tranquility state that you can practice is you have to focus to a object. So then here again and again you have to be with the object. You don't get many objects. You take one object and you become disciplined to be with that object. So, and then through that you develop the concentration. So you develop this one-pointedness. And then you develop non-distractionness. This non-distractedness is two ways that it works. So now you determine, you select one mental object and you be with it again and again, again and again. Maybe the mind go here and there. You bring back. You don't change the object. So this is what something you have to be disciplined, because most of time a lot of people practice meditation and from the beginning what they do, they change the object. So as example, practice breathing meditation and then go to walking meditation, then do loving kindness meditation, and then contemplate on the Dhamma, Buddha, then contemplate on the impermanent. So there are kind of like a lot of things practice. So this is our inner behavior. This we have this deeper desire go towards the wisdom. We have deeper desire to gain things. We have deeper desire, cravingness to know things. And because of that, what happened? We go to many meditation techniques. For an experiment, it is okay, but to master a technique, you cannot do that. To master a technique, you have to be with one mental object. So that's why our primary mental object is breathing, inhalation, exhalation. So we focus to that. We don't change that object. So in that way, you are capable to develop this one-pointedness. And when the mind go here and there, bring back again and again, again and again, stay with one object knowingly that you are observing. So your concentration become more stronger related to that object. That is one way. So once you start to develop that method, there is another way that you can develop now, because now you have become very familiar. Now you are very balanced. and you know how to practice this, and now you become disciplined with the mental object. So then by the time there is a way that you can advance, upgrade your technique to the next level. So what is the next level? So the next level is you not stay with one mental object. Try to understand. You are more have the clarity, awareness, concentration related to as a mental quality. You have the very undisturbed mind. Your undisturbed mind. So whatever available in that very moment as a mental object, you become with it, and it's kind of like always you maintain a meditative state. So in the beginning, your mind is not like that. You don't follow that quality. In the beginning, you just follow. You become disciplined with one primary mental object, one technique. So in that level, mind will go here and there, again and again, again and again. You keep practice. You don't change the object. So the next level, even though maybe the object will change, you are not focusing to one object. You are more very, you are capable to maintain your concentration, your awareness. Your mind doesn't go here and there. Whatever arises, you recognize it. So then it's basically you develop a very sustainable mindset, and you are still develop the one pointedness towards that whatever the object arises, and then your duration to stay focusing with this mental quality develop. So those are the two techniques that you have to work. So in the beginning, as example, just imagine we take as a mental object this. We don't change it. Why I say this again and again, try to understand very clearly. Because once you understand this very clearly, your basic foundation going to become very clear. So you determine as for a 1 week, your mental object is observing this, focusing to this. You don't change this. You don't change this to cup. You don't change this to singing bowl. You don't change this to any other object. Only this. And then keep focus. Maybe while you keep focusing to this, mind will go here and there. Mind may start to think something else. You bring back. Mind feel lazy. You uplift the energy. You feel lethargic. You uplift your mind from it. You feel doubt, you uplift your mind from it. So like that, many mental qualities you will experience. But as you again and again keep focus to this, keep focus to this. Now your mind capable to develop some discipline to keep focus to one thing. And then what? Then It doesn't matter whatever the object. Now you focus that to your awareness inside quality of the mind. And then just imagine this going to be for a moment. In that very moment, you focus to that. And then that it's go away, then this come. Then you focus to this. So whatever then in the present moment available, you focus to that. When you focus that, when you develop that way, what happens? Now you are capable to recognize things as it is. This is where you're going to gain the wisdom, because the wisdom also in you. Remember, when it comes to the fundamental, the ultimacies, chitta, chaitasika, rupa, nibbana. So the nibbana also already in your mind as a quality. Liberation, freedom, it's already there. Same like this tranquility state. Same like your awareness, your concentration. This is not something new to you. It's already there. So the bhavana means you uplift, you develop it, you strengthen it. Now it's scattered everywhere. It doesn't have strength. It doesn't have a balance. But now you develop. So that's why when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, this is not a technique that go beyond the mind. This is about the mind. So then remember, it's like there is a simile for that. There were some people born with feathers. And some knew just observing others, some knew they can fly. So then they start to fly. But some didn't know why they have the feathers. They just maintain it and maybe cutting, just maybe painting, putting many decorations on it. They just maintain it. But they never knew they are capable to experience something beyond that they experience. So this is about your mind. That what you experience is of course, it is the moment of that, what you experience. You have to accept it. You don't need to deny it. But at the same time, you have to remember there is something beyond this moment that what you think as who you are. So you are capable to achieve to that. When it comes to freedom, when it comes to success, even in the conventional level, when it comes to happiness, it is already there. It's in your mind. But we are conditioned this experience as reality, and then we maintain it. So because of that, we don't know there is something else. So cultivation and the development of the mind means what? We deeply go to one major mental factor. What is that? Concentration. So that is where the Samatha meditation or tranquility meditation help us to concentrate. So through that we develop a discipline. It is not something new, it's already there, but now you give more time and you develop it. And so now you do it in the beginning with the outside object. Why we need that? Because we have these habitual patterns with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, always go towards objects. It is very difficult for us from the very first level to get out of it. But if you look at very newly born babies, they don't go that much behind objects. They most of time comfortable, happy, relax with their own body and mind. That's why newly born babies kind of like spend so much time sleeping. They don't need that much this outside thing. But once the baby start to grow, what happens? We are bringing many toys, tons of toys, containers of toys, bringing, and give. So the now what happens? That deeper cankers, mental formations that start to, sanskaras start to awake. How? I give a simple example for that. There are how the sanskara, this memory arise in you when the contacts happen. So you go to your cell phone and you go to your pictures, photos, and go 3 months backward and look 3 months back. There are some selfies that you took, or maybe there are some pictures you already have, some special events, and you enjoy that moment. You are so happy in that very moment. But now you forget it. You have no idea about it. It went to the sleeping mood, memory. But now when you go back and look at that picture, suddenly that moment arises. And just imagine then maybe a party. You went to someone party and you had a good time. You enjoy. And then now it's 3 months and now you forgot it. You have no idea about it. But now you go to your photos and your memory, and so you check it. And then suddenly you see this party. Oh, and then what happens? It trigger sanskar, mental formation, memory. Then the way you enjoy your feelings, it trigger all the emotions. And then you think, oh, I have to do it again. Let's organize a party. Let's do it. Maybe next weekend. And then you call some people and then you do. See that if you don't see that, maybe it's not going to happen. So seem like what happens from the beginning that our cankers, mental formations, or the sanskaras in the sleeping mode in a newly born baby, but now through the toys, through these material things, through the language we talk, through the lessons we give, and through the stories we tell to the children, what happens? It start to awake, call that sleeping memory, trigger the sleeping memory. And then it start to go behind it. Or the repetition happens. So then you become busy. When you grow, You become busy to see things, hear things, smell things, eat things, feel things. You go behind. This is like a kind of like a machine. There is no end. Seeing many things. Now the current start to awake and overtake your eyes and go behind things, seeing things, looking for objects, eye objects. No end. And hearing. You go behind hearing objects. Smelling. You go behind the object. Eating. No end. You go crazy to eat things. Morning to night and Sunday to Monday and the whole week, and from beginning of the month to end of the month, beginning of the year to end of the year. Eating is, we are so crazy to eat. Go behind many things. And the people, when it comes to sensation, when it comes to the bodily object or the feelings, it's about the connection. Feelings through the people. And you go behind people to feel them. There is a deeper memory we accumulated through the samsara. Just imagine. We have no idea how far we came. So we have so long history behind us. It's not even the human body. Just get a mango seed. Get a mango. Get an apple, orange, grapes. You know there is a family related to that. It's a DNA line related to that. There is a history, especially when it comes to like grapes. There is a history related to that family, and it has a story behind. Thousand years. Orange. So maybe you have something in your hand. It's just orange, but it has a deeper, thousand years old history coming like this. So same, do the same. It's not only for us, only human, no. So then remember, sometimes we don't see it, but it's there. It seems like, just imagine you see a bird, because most of time, the birds, we cannot see very closely. You see a bird on a tree. You see some different beautiful colors. When you see a bird like that, you never see exactly the colors of the bird. You see just averagely that whatever strong colors that you recognize. Just imagine there is some color, there is the beautiful bird with different colors. Or maybe it look like red, yellow, green, black. And then you recognize it. Oh, look at that bird. It's with the beautiful colors. You can see there may be other person also see the same thing like that. But if you look at that bird very closely, the color you saw like black is not black, it is dark blue. So like that, most of the things appear to us, we not recognize as it is, exactly as it is. So then, just imagine, when it comes to our point of view, we come to that point of view with the wrong recognition most of time. I gave just a conventional level of example. What we know about these things, what we know about objects that we go behind. And today I heard in the evening that there was a doctor that he ate a burger and then he enjoyed it, and but later that what he ate killed him, food poisoning. See, that we don't see that. That's why when we go behind objects, we have a huge memory, and once the memory awake, we have no idea what it is. And then whatever we see as object also, we have no idea what it is. Just we go behind repeating this memory. That is what we call the life. So then always remember. So when it comes to this unrest mind, we are the one who develop it like that. Go behind object. So then newly born baby was kind of like in a sleeping mood and then start to awake, and once the person become 20 years, 25 years old, from that point until you get Alzheimer, you are not want to sleep, awake middle of the night, whole night. And from the beginning you used to sleep yourself, but now doctor need to tell you to go to sleep. Otherwise you don't want to sleep. Your eyes, your ears, your nose, your tongue, your physical body go behind objects. You go crazy. This is the nature of the mind. So going behind object is not a new thing for us. So that's why in the tranquility meditation, in the basic level, the very first technique we take out of that habitual pattern. So rather than complaining about it, rather than resisting that nature, we use the same mental quality to uplift the mind. So what we do, our nature is go behind objects. Now we take one object and then keep your mind focused to that rather than changing the object. Go here and there. So in the beginning, little bit mind feel kind of like uncomfortable. You feel kind of like itchy. You want to move, you want to do something else. Why? Because that the nature that is what we used to do. Always go here and there. But now you become disciplined. You keep one object. You don't change the technique. Again and again, when the mind go here and there, bring back. So in the beginning, you need an object. But not many objects, one object. So by the time your mind going to become focused, clear, your concentration, your awareness going to become more sharp and strong. And then You are capable to increase the duration of your concentration towards one-pointedness. So once you have that, what happened? You drop the object. You're not depending on one object. Why? Because now mind is very sustainable to develop the concentration. Now you know that you are capable to handle your mind, balance your mind. And then, so whatever object they are, you recognize it. And that will help you to go to the Vipassana level. Because now you have a very sustainable mind, concentration, and in any place, at any time, with any object, you are capable to stay undisturbed. So when it comes to the Vipassana level, in the Western world, there is a misunderstanding about Vipassana. So today I was listening to one person, the podcast, and that person telling he met a monk and practiced 5-year Vipassana. And the 5-year Vipassana means that he mentioned here, he was silence. So the most of people think this being silence is Vipassana. You know from where this idea came? I think that this most of time this idea came, this Goenka Vipassana centers, most of people go and practice this 10-day meditation course. That's one of very, very good course whoever uh, try to practice meditation. If you can, sacrifice 10 days, you should go and do it. In that 10 days, you are not allowed to talk with anybody. You are not allowed to read any books. You have to be disciplined with the practice. And without moving your body 1 hour after 3 days, 1 hour practice, sitting practice. So that give a basic discipline for you to how to sit, how to focus, practice, consistency, and keep doing it. Because once, just imagine if you do it for 10 days, and you are capable to let go a lot of things. And especially, you cannot talk with anybody. But without talking to anybody is staying is not Vipassana. Vipassana means deeply, thoroughly, vigorously, you observe form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition. And recognize how it come to be as it is without becoming biased to anything, without becoming biased to any techniques, any teachings. So that's why from the tranquility meditation, we develop a mental quality and prepare for that. That's why your concentration is important, because now you have a very undisturbed, sustainable mind, sharp, clear mind to see things as it is. So once you have that ability, you are capable to observe how it come to be as it is. That observation called the Vipassana. So that observation we develop through contemplating on feelings, contemplating on the body, contemplating on the mind, contemplating on phenomena, Dharma, the very nature. So these all four foundations give a very clear understanding about our aggregates: form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition. That is what your life. Then you are capable to understand when something arises in your mind, you know what it is. You know from where it comes. Then you know the cause and effect, causality related to that form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition. So then you are not personalize it. Then you are not going to take any form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition with the self-centered mind, and you are not going to bring it as your identity. I am. So you experience it, and at the same time you become free from. Experiencer become free from experience. That is where the Vipassana comes. And then at the same time, once you have it, that understanding related to your form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition, how it come to be as it is, you recognize cause and effect related to that whole experience. That is where you develop the wisdom related to karma. Action, reaction, result. Now you can see it. So then you know when you experience this, this is what the result going to happen. So out of that result, this is the reaction going to happen inside, outside. So now the karma become very clear to you. Because in the Western world, the people think the karma is kind of like a punishment. No, karma is not a judgment. The karma is the method that you analyze the pattern. That's it. So now you know it. So then you know, oh, if I do this, this is what happened. And then I'm going to face for this kind of circumstances. So this kind of consequences. And then if you don't want it, you withdraw from it, and then you start to develop something else. And other thing is deeply related to that, whatever, because we have already memory, cankers, mental formations. So this is what bring us here as who we are. And still it's keep developing inside us as a as a current. As the newly born baby start to go behind this, all the material world trigger our memory. So we go behind it. We believe that memory as me. So then what happened? Now you are capable to see things as it is. And then from that point, you develop the Vipassana knowledge, how things come to be as they are, observing, analyzing, recognizing. So then you know that whatever you experience related to form, feeling, perception, volition, five aggregates, not permanent. This is something very important to understand. That whatever you experience related to form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition, not permanent. And unsatisfactory nature. There is no place to sit. There is anything related to your experience. There is no place to settle down. Period. So only thing, try to understand it. Look at as a matured person yourself. You enjoy that, you go behind that everything looking for happiness and satisfaction. Of course, you reach to certain level, but you cannot be there. You can have You cannot be there. So there is no choice for that, because that is the very nature. Why? Because this everything arises as a nature of impermanent. So whatever your satisfaction arise as a result of impermanent nature. So then that whatever satisfaction cannot be permanent, because it came as a result of change. So then whatever the satisfaction also inherent, it has the inherent nature relationship to the change. So then it has to change. Another thing is selflessness. This everything arises as a result of cause and effect. Not because of you, not because of me, not because of the idea of self. What we do, when the things, listen this very carefully, what we does, we are very smart, very cunning, people. That's why in every religion, that is what we do. We have our own God, we have our own karma, we create our own theory. So, that's how we are. So the same thing we does for this also. We are very cunning thief. We are stealing something from the nature. What we do, this is what we do. So things arise because of the cause and effect. Things arise because of the change. That is where we experience. So what we experience, our body, our feelings, our mind, our thoughts, our consciousness, this all we hold as me, I am. We believe there is an unchangeable me inside this body. So that is the idea of self. What we does, on the top of this changeable nature, when the cause and effect bring some result, we put the label on it. This is mine. That is what we do. That whatever the cause and effect bring some result, and then we think, we put a label on it. This is mine. In a very conventional level, this is how we go back to the very basic level of this material example. Just imagine for children. So the parents go to work hard, and they just imagine they bring a toy to this child. There are two children, elder one and younger. So they bring a toy and give it to younger baby. The elder one come and ask that toy to play with it. The younger one tells, no, 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 it is mine. See, the parents are the one who bought it. But now, because that child, the parents gave to him or her and telling this is yours, and the child used to play with it a little bit, and now it hold, this is mine. When the elder brother come or sister come and ask, no, 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 this is mine. And they fight for that. They blame each other for that. But they have no idea. They don't think. My parents gave this to me. My parents, my brothers, or my sister's parents. No, what's the point? Why? What's the wrong if we share it? We share it with anybody in the family. No? So, like, we can't think like that way. So, like that, what happened, that whatever that so far as who you are, that your life you experience brought by change. Your provider is the change. Not the self. This is the clear understanding you have to get. Your provider, that your facilitator, your sponsor, that you brought here as who you are. Change. So you belong to change, not the self. What happened? When you have here, when you came here, the idea of self from inside you, you brought it and put the label. This is me. That's just an idea. Why that idea came? Because of the continuation. Because you used to be with it for a while. And from maybe from the society, culture, tradition, the toy gave to you, this is yours. And then from that point, oh, this is mine. And from the beginning, they don't care. But by the time, parents, pushing them, wow, I gave it to you, keep it with you. This is belong to you. Oh, kind of like that. You hold it. Why? From the newly born baby, they go to any person's hand. But by the time once the mother or father, if they keep the baby more close to them for a while, and the child start to get used to it, and then they're not going to go to other people's hand. See that we are conditioned ourselves. So the idea of self the same. So now in the Vipassana level, you recognize all the memory related to that, whatever you have in the past, and belong to these three things: impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. And then the very moment of this moment of your consciousness become detached from the huge, that mountain of memory that you carry behind. You drop it. Then just imagine in your head or shoulder, you are carrying a huge weight. If you are capable to drop it in that very moment, how comfortable you are. So we just cannot forget it. Forgetting it's not a solution. We have to understand. To understand, you have to strengthen your awareness, your clarity, your consciousness. Because once the consciousness becomes stronger, clear, through the first you have to develop this one-pointedness. Why? Because we went go through behind many objects. Now you're disciplined to be with one object. Now you have the undisturbed mind. From that, you are capable to see things as it is. And then from that point, you are capable to understand how it come to be as it is. And from what happened in that very point, how it go to the wisdom level. From that point, dispassion happen. Dispassion means when you see something, you're not going to mesmerize from it with your memory related to you. So then this world you're going to see as the world is not related to your memory that you carry. This is a very beautiful lesson that you have to learn. Why? Because this cup is just a material cup, from this outside world. It's nothing to do with. But just imagine from inside, with my ideas, my point of views, my the history, cankers, mental formations, feelings, with that all the five aggregates, form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition, that as a memory that I hold, what can happen to this cup? I can, oh, it's a very beautiful cup, nice cup, I like it, oh, it's a white cup, so it's a porcelain, I can, 100 years I can, you know, keep telling things about this cup. And while I am telling that all, I am forget it is just a cup. So that is what does dispassion. Dispassion allow to let the mind to be mind, let the world to be world, let the experience to be experience. No any interference involving with ideas or the memory or the desires or like dislike. If you see, you see. If you hear, you heard. If you smell, you smell. If you feel something, you feel. Taste, you taste. No self-centered mind in the middle dividing it. Good, bad, neutral, or kind of like that. That is what the dispassion does. The passion mean in the conventional world, you know, that we develop attitude to have a passion. So passion build as who you are. It divide us from others to recognize as it's how it your passion is your self identity. In the conventional world, eh, eh, that identity is very necessary. But at the same time, you have to remember your passion is, maybe wearing this and wearing this jewelry or this hairstyle, this kind of branded uh, purse or bag or, you name it. You know better than me about that, you about the passion. But just imagine, end of the day when you go to sleep, what you does? You take, you keep that everything away in a safe place. Because you in your mind there's a continuation, right? And you take out all the jewelries, you know, and you take out all the very, beautiful colored, the garments, you know. And if you put the makeup, right, before you sleep, I don't know now these young people don't know about it or not, but you know, in according to the very Eastern, Ayurvedic method, you should not sleep with makeup, anything in on your face. You have to wash your face. You have to wash your hands. You have to wash your feet before you sleep to have a very healthy life. And brush your teeth. So, and you clean that all your nails. So kind of like you become kind of like completely almost naked when you go to sleep. Otherwise, just imagine you cannot, just imagine thinking about this all, around all the branded the things, jewelries, garments, around. Can you sleep with that all? No, you cannot sleep. So you have to put that everything away. And then you fall into sleep like a baby. So when you go into deeper in the Vipassana level of experience, this is what happened to in day-to-day life. You experience things with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. But still, no resistance, no grasping, clinging, no divisions, no comparison. So you have the dispassion. So dispassion will take you to the next level, detachment. You experience, you are not attached. You be there, you are not there. So that is something. That is what already happened to you, but you don't understand. That's why it said life is like a dream. What is that point? You know? So you are here, is you, but you are not here. So, but now while you're experiencing it, you understand it. Detachment. So dispassion take you to detachment. And once you have that detachment there, your mind itself free. Why people try to forget things? Because we have already have the attachment. But now, while you are experiencing, your mind become free. While you experiencing with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, with form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition, while you experiencing, you become free. Experiencing, you become free. You are in the flow. You don't get stuck. You are not anchoring to anything or holding, grasping, clinging to anything. No comparison. You flow like the water. You go like the wind. So when the detachment come like that, when there's nothing to collect, your mind itself become free from everything. That take you to the higher wisdom, ultimate bliss of liberation or the freedom. So try to understand it and give some time and practice it. So once you start to practice, consistency, anywhere, any day, any time is a good time for you to practice. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say, may I be well and happy. Also Patveva, 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So, in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times, and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. So, when it happens, just recognize it. Do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion from the beginning of your heart to around forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha ammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabbha sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabbha sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabbha sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddhang pujemi dhammang pujemi sanghang pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjissami Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.